Hello Team FD and welcome back to Transfer Talk. Christmas is almost with us and there's plenty of rumours going around about the players that clubs have on their wish list. Let's have a look. This transfer looks nailed on to happen after a number of reports have come out claiming that Liverpool are close to confirming the purchase of Red Bull Salzburg winger Takumi Minamino come January. The Japanese star has been in brilliant form for the Austrian side and caught Jurgen Klopp's eye with a goal at Anfield in a 4-3 victory for the English side. Domestically, he's been great too, scoring 5 and registering 5 assists in 14 games as Salzburg continue their dominance of the Austrian Bundesliga. At just 24, Minamino makes for an outstanding long-term investment, and with a reported buyout clause of just $7.25 million, he looks like a deal impossible to turn down. With the season entering January and Liverpool still competing on multiple fronts, not to mention the Club World Cup, the winger would be a perfect addition to an attack still heavily reliant on their famed front three of Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino and Mo Salah. Changes to Champions League regulations also means Minamino would be available to play for Liverpool in Europe too, providing another incentive. While the Premier League would be a huge step up from the Austrian Bundesliga, he looked far from out of place in Europe's top competition this term. Against notable opposition in Liverpool, Napoli and Genk, the Japanese international registered a very healthy 2.8 shots, 2 key passes and 1.5 dribbles per game. 2 goals and 3 assists represent a very decent return for a player mainly pushed out wide. Liverpool reportedly may face some late competition from Manchester United, but those high up at the Anfield club are said to be so confident of his signing, it's possible that Minamino may feature against either Sheffield on the 2nd of January or against Everton 3 days later. £7.25 million is nothing in the grand scheme of Premier League transfers, so this could prove to be some of the wisest business of the winter. Liverpool fans, have you watched Minamino and what do you think? Will he get game time? Tell us your thoughts as always in the comments. Another winger in unbelievable form is Wolves' powerhouse Adama Traore. In fact, Tottenham was so impressed with the Spaniard when they faced him at the Molineux last weekend that the Football Insider has reported that a number of players have urged new boss Jose Mourinho to make the 23-year-old his first signing come January. In their 2-1 defeat to Spurs, Traore was Wolves' standout player. Not only did he score a brilliant goal, smashing home from the outside of the box, he was fouled multiple times leading to yellow cards for Harry Kane, Eric Dyer and Jan Vertonghen. Once clocked running at 23 miles per hour on the pitch, not far off Usain Bolt speeds, there are very few defenders who can live with the winger on his day. The Spaniard has taken his time to find his feet in the Premier League. After impressing with Middlesbrough in the Championship, the Barcelona Academy product sealed a big money move to Wolves for £18 million in the summer of 2018. But things didn't quite work out for him last season, with just 1 goal and 1 assist at the Midlands club. This year, however, is a whole different story. Despite registering fewer shots and key passes per 90 than the season before, the Spaniard has become much more clinical, scoring 3 and assisting 3 already. A regular on Nuno Espirito Santos' team sheet, he's also impressed in the Europa League, where he's completed a ridiculously high 4.4 dribbles per game. Whether or not Spurs could prize him away from the Molineux remains to be seen. Owing to Wolves' cash-rich owners, there's no great reason to part with their star winger come January. And any move would certainly be more than the £18 million that Wolves paid for him just a season and a half ago, and significantly higher than his £25 million value on Transfermarkt. But Spurs is an appealing move to any player. With the Champions League on offer, arguably the best stadium in world football at their disposal, and a serial winner in Jose Mourinho, don't be surprised if Traore entertains a move to North London in the future. It seems after 9 years of service, Ashley Young's time at Manchester United is set to come to an end this season. A number of outlets are reporting that the Red Devils are set to release their midfielder turned fullback at the end of the campaign. After signing for £16 million from Aston Villa back in 2011, the Englishman has gone on to make over 250 appearances for United, winning every domestic trophy and the Europa League in that time. But despite being the club captain, the emergence of young Brandon Williams at left back, long-term career at Old Trafford in doubt. The former midfielder has found himself playing in almost every position, even considered as a striker during the Louis van Gaal era. 29 league goals in 9 years, however, has hardly proved number 9 material, though his excellent crossing and dead ball delivery has seen him produce 46 assists for his club. Gradually moving into the fullback position, the unfortunate broken leg suffered by Luke Shaw in September 2015 and the following few years were arguably his best as a Red Devil. So much so, he ended a 4-year hiatus with the England squad to be the starting left back at the Russia World Cup in 2018. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's desire to play youth has left Young facing the fringes of the squad. squad. With his contract up this season, he'll be free to talk to international teams from January. While his XG is at a dismal career low of 0.01, his expected assists have risen to 0.17 per 90, its highest since 2014-15. This proves his eye for a pass and creative flair is very much intact. With so much Premier League experience at one of the world's biggest clubs and available on a free, Ashley Young could be a punt worth taking for any side. So FD fans, would you want Ashley Young at your club? Let us know in the comments. Everton fans could finally have something to cheer about this season following the news that Champions League winner Carlo Ancelotti is likely to be announced as their next coach. Easily one of the most prestigious managers on the circuit, the former Napoli boss has won countless domestic and European titles during spells in Italy, England, France and Germany. And should the deal be made, one of his first transfer targets is rumoured to be footballing megastar Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Despite being 38 years old, the out-of-contract striker would still bring some much-needed experience to an Everton frontline since the departure of Romelu Lukaku to Manchester United in 2017. Everton's wild spending under new owner Farhad Moshiri has been well documented by us on Football Daily, with the Toffees splashing £450 million since 2016. But finding the perfect striker has been an issue, with the club reliant on goals from Richarlison and Gylfi Sigurdsson last season, and the Brazilian again this campaign. Ibrahimovic, meanwhile, has shown no signs of slowing down. The Swede scored 53 goals in his 2 seasons in the MLS with LA Galaxy and found the net 17 times for United back in the 16-17 campaign. And he has goal-scoring pedigree under Carlo Ancelotti, having scored a ridiculous 30 goals in 34 games while under the Italian at Paris Saint-Germain in 2012-13. As a free agent, Ibrahimovic has been entertaining offers from across the world of football. But Sky Italia are reporting that the apparent 18-month contract worth £9 million Everton have offered is the best he's received so far. AC Milan and Napoli are both said to be keen too, but have appeared to cool their interest in recent days, with Everton taking central stage. The Toffees certainly spend like they're one of the elite clubs in Europe, but will the arrival of Ancelotti and Ibrahimovic finally secure them European football that they've been pining for so long? Everton fans, is Ibra past it? Is this too much money to invest in a 38-year-old, or would you welcome him with open arms? Let me know on Twitter. While Ancelotti and Ibra may be arriving at Goodison, one player who appears to be leaving is academy product Mason Holgate. The defender made 18 appearances for the North West club in 16-17 before making 15 the next season. Then he spent the second half of last campaign on loan at West Bromwich Albion as his Everton career appeared to stall. This season he's already racked up 736 minutes, well on course to beat his best at Everton of 1400, with much of this first team action coming as a result of not securing Kurt Zouma. His club have made no secret of their desire to bring in defensive reinforcements, which would push the 23-year-old further behind Yerry Mina and Michael Keane in the pecking order, despite his ability to play at fullback. And it's this versatility that's making Holgate such an attractive prospect to other Premier League clubs. Both Newcastle and Sheffield United are said to be very keen on bringing him in, and with a reported price tag of just £14 million, he could be a gamble well worth taking. On the pitch, the signs are there to suggest he's only getting better, having already registered 2 assists this year and seen his XG and expected assists hit career highs. Should he head to Newcastle, there's every possibility he could be joined by fellow Evertonian Lewis Gibson. The 19-year-old has mainly been playing for his club's under-23s, but has made 5 appearances for the first team this campaign. Valued at just £5 million, the Toon are eager to bring him back to the club where he received his football education, having been powerless to stop his move to Everton back in July 2017. Whether both of these transfers go through this winter remains to be seen, but whatever happens, expect big changes at Goodison Park in the coming months. So that was Transfer Talk for this week, guys. Have we missed any big ones? Let us know in the comments below or on Twitter. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.